So for the purposes of this final recording, last game and second game that I was in with Mastermind, I've definitely got a few things I can point out here. Unfortunately, they're probably going to feel like they're getting picked on, but this went so horribly wrong, and it could have been easily mitigated, in my opinion. Judge, you can't really rush to go to the anchor spot, especially in C on this map, because the outside, unless we're intent on having two, maybe even three ships go outside, it's just not going to happen. And then I felt like I had to open up for you and get them to shoot at me. I don't know if you got spotted, or they got spotted, you shot, or whoever shot here first. But maybe that's what made you feel like you had to dive into the F7 slot on the island. And me rushing outside to the 9 line would have made absolutely no difference, unfortunately. I also don't think Drendrick should be in a super ship, let alone a Jacksonville. Again, not trying to hurt feelings, it's just not something that generally is going to go well for you. Open up on Novo, I decided to open up as a result.
Engine boost activated. The ship is on fire.
Play this fairly slow, generally I go through them a lot quicker. Double time for now.
Problem solved, sir. The ship is on fire.
So at this point, I know Novo's fucked. They're just gonna keep going, and now we've got Hanover coming down the fucking middle slot there, in between the islands down south. Excuse me. And the only chance that we have is for a pretty clean push from Bravo to Alpha, and I think Ohio just gets completely blapped here. And it's one of those cases where I'll never understand why we can't just have a BB in a situation where it's absolutely warranted. Just move away from the enemy. Just kite, dude. It's like that just isn't in your vocabulary of movement, Nomish, and you've got to change that, man. You had plenty of time to have a clean turnout going west to the bottom of Bravo. Yeah, I mean, you're preventing them from coming down and turning, but you could still do that while moving away. You don't have to... You're not even going to be able to make a clean break and get away, but you can live a hell of a lot longer with the health that you feel justified in just sitting there throwing away. And I'm not trying to sound mean, but that's pretty much what happened. You just sat there. And once again, no offense to Drendrick, but virtually nothing is being accomplished whatsoever with that ship.
Engine boost activated. The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir. The ship is on fire. The ship is on fire.
There was a chase I would argue chasing the Hayate, even though he was,
Problem solved, sir.
in the end, perhaps worth a kill. Um, there's nobody protecting Alpha, nobody protecting Bravo.
Ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
But yeah, Judge, what I would do personally for a lot of these maps is if you want to go into this spot, um, I mean, what I think makes the most sense is when you come over from spawn, just sit up in these areas. Don't quite move into the spot that you want to go to. Just wait, because this heavy stack, you know, had you known about that, I don't think that you would have pushed yourself in there, of course. And you really didn't have to wait long to find out. Um, just sit back further, nose to the point where you want to go, and then you can just W, or you can just sit there, and you're, for the most part, just as safe as you would have been, and could fire in the open water and back up away. And you, even if you did it here, intent to go there, you can literally just back up and then swing here if that's more favorable without going, you know, full broadside, 20, 30 degrees at most. And if you just can't afford that for whatever reason based on what's going on around you, you can back up a little further, and that angle will lessen a bit. And as they're coming around this way, and even the Hanover here, you would have just kept backing up, and that angle to your broads is just going to shrink the further you go. So that's my rationale there. And that should be done typically whether or not they end up rushing that side or not, because we don't know yet.